So I'm going to continue on from that. The reason why I say she's that type of person is because I have a source that directly knows Bree, social justice brat, Gypsy, and several other people, and they know firsthand, they witnessed that they are the type of people that will look into somebody and their private information and then use that information in criminal ways to try to harm somebody, to shut them down, to shut them up. But you know what's fucked up? Me, of all people, an abuse survivor, a cancer survivor, somebody that's not able-bodied. You're gonna sit here and say nasty shit like that to me. So I'm the type of person, I document everything and I turn it over to the police. I have over 5 police reports, and this is not even including the federal stuff. But I'm just going to let you know, saying your opinion in a video and discussing something that is in the public domain, something that is covered under fair use, something that is a public figure, and speaking about what your thoughts are, speaking about the issues surrounding it, the circumstances, that is not the same thing as what Gypsy and her friends do. What they're doing is actively trying to shut down and harm people. And that behavior, I would not put it past them to actively try to put pieces of information that are not true out there to see who is responsible for putting this all out. The fact is, there are creators that have real sources. I know. I showed 3 of mine, including one that was sitting at that baby shower and told me that no, they're 100% a happy couple. I made it very clear to everybody. Believe none of which thou hear, and only half of which thou see, because that is true. Just because you're seeing something doesn't mean that it is what you're seeing. Seeing can be very deceiving. What could be really going on behind the scenes is not what you're seeing at a baby shower that's being filmed for a TV show. So them putting on that front of being a happy couple, that might just be a facade. And if somebody says 100% that they know that they have a source, you need to trust that. They are protecting their source. That is a part of their job, to make sure that person is not outed. And trust me, the creator that broke the news that they had romantically broken up as a couple, that person, I would believe her, especially her having given Gypsy the benefit of a doubt more than one time, and having that type of forgiving heart, before I would ever believe Gypsy or her stepmom or any of her friends. I would believe it's one of her internet friends before I would believe that the person who broke the news is maliciously doing that. But that's why everybody's just sitting back and seeing what happens, because we all know they're going to break up anyway, whether it was 2 days ago or if it's going to be 2 months from now. Same thing. But what I'm speaking of is all of the circumstances surrounding Gypsy. If Gypsy did not get released on December 28th of 2023 and did not come on any social media at all, public or private, did not do a book and a show and all of that, if it ended with the prison confessions, and the prison confessions were 1 hour long episodes, 6 episodes, there would be no reason that any of this toxic fighting between creators and arguing over creators and people that are Gypsy or anti-crime content creators are arguing over, I'm right, I'm wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, blah, 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 you said this, she said that, whatever. None of that toxicity would happen. It's the divide and conquer strategy and technique. But the whole thing is, I'm not even the type of person at all that has ever condoned or justified anybody actively hurting Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I don't sit over here and make fun of the way she looks. I don't sit over here and make fun of her body or her height or make fun of her fucked up choices that led to fucked up things and sit here and crack jokes and all of that. Not publicly. And I don't sit here and shame her. And I don't sit here and tell people that it's okay to try to ruin her real life to then turn around and bully her in real life, especially while she is pregnant with a baby. That's really fucked up coming from a mother. I don't condone what she did, but I also don't condone the way that she has treated and disposed of people even up to today. So with that said, it's a two-way street here, but people can't be hypocrites. They can't sit here and say that so-and-so is lying and then say that Gypsy and everybody in her family is a liar and they can't be believed, but then turn around and say, but they say there's a snake in their camp. There's a snake in their camp. You're going to believe Christy? It doesn't make any fucking sense either which way. All I'm saying is if nobody made any video or content about Gypsy at all, there wouldn't be none of this, including Bree and all of Gypsy's friends and all of the supporters themselves. Because I largely have been an anti-abuse advocate, but I also really pisses me off when somebody pretends they have cancer and they don't, because I survived cancer. So that's very personal to me. And it's the same thing with somebody who lies about being abused or exaggerates their abuse, because I am an abuse survivor. So my story, I don't go out here telling everybody my story because first of all, it's none of your fucking business. And secondly, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in other people's stories and I'm interested in the truth. I have done nothing but given Gypsy the benefit of doubt the same way everybody else is. I wanted Gypsy to come out and prove me wrong. I wanted her to be better. I wanted her to thrive and have a good life and have her freedom and be able to make choices. But you don't get to sit here and say that I was abused for so many years. So was I. So was 90% of the American population. All come from an abusive or neglectful household, or 1 out of 4 women are SA'd before the age of 19. So that's no excuse to say, oh, well, that's why somebody acts impulsive and that's why they act in such a horrible way. No, all the more reason why you become a good person and you treat people with dignity and love and care and respect, because you don't want other people to go through what you have suffered in your life. You do not want to see other people fail and do bad, and you don't want other people to hurt. You don't want other people to have to feel as low as you have once felt, or to suffer what you have once suffered, or to be isolated the way you were once isolated. And it's just really unfair, because it's okay for her people to turn around and to do that to me, or to do that to other creators, large or small. I'm not monetized and it's not about money, and I don't give a shit about money. I wanted nothing more than to be proven wrong and to root for her. I wanted her to come out of prison and to be the picture of rehabilitation. I wanted her to be the picture of reformation. I wanted her to be the picture of your circumstances can be better. Not all of us abuse survivors get to turn around and get paid thousands of dollars so we can buy a house, so we can be self-sustaining, so we can do other things. And we don't get to get away like that. We don't have the supports and resources. And Nicholas Godejohn doesn't either. For people who do care about the criminal justice system and the mass incarceration problem of the United States of America. So with that being said, it's just really fucked up to me that people in her camp and closest friends of hers from social media, they get to get away with that kind of behavior and sitting here and defaming people and calling them liars and calling them clowns and calling them all of these horrible names, when that in fact is what they are doing. They are looking up people's information and then turn around and using that information. And they are using Google and Google Maps, and they are actually calling where people live their lease manager. They're calling their boss. They're showing up. And I'm not okay with people showing up to Gypsy Street, but that's where Gypsy and her team, because she has something we don't, an entire team of people there to support and protect her. Every abuse survivor, an able-bodied person or cancer survivor, we don't have that. I've had stalkers follow me and show up to my house, and I didn't get that. We do what we have to. We document it, we go to law enforcement, and we keep that documentation, because you know what they say, if you don't document it legally with the police, then it never happened, because it's admissible in the court of law. Yes, it is. And so is that police officer who took your report and took the proof and the information. That's all admissible and subpoena able too. So when you really stop and think about it, people are sitting here being hypocritical, saying not to do that to Gypsy, but people like me are just covering just her news, just the topic. And that's fine. I don't care. I want Gypsy to go away. I want her to permanently delete her socials, and I want Lifetime to cancel her show so all of this toxicity on social media can stop, because she is the common denominator and the sole reason for all of it. Mark my words. It will end.